Hey everybody, I'm John at Collect Cards. I'm coming at you tonight from another part of my basement, the room where I tend to do my videos in. I have a bit of a lighting issue right now, and so I gotta change a bulb, a fluorescent light bulb, at some point. So I'm in a different part of the basement tonight, but um, I'm coming off doing this video after the Yankees came away with a win in Game 5 in the ALDS tonight over the Guardians. Took care of them, moved on to their facing the Astros tomorrow night, Game 1, getting right to it after two rainouts. So hopefully they can climb that hill tomorrow, starting tomorrow night, and win an American League pennant, and get back to that World Series. It'd be nice to see the Yanks back in the series with Judge and Stanton and all them. A lot of people, well, I don't know who a lot of people would be rooting for. I'm sure it's probably 50-50 split. Some people would love to see the Astros lose, and a lot of people would love to see the Yankees lose. So, but we'll see what happens. Phillies and Padres are just getting underway tonight in the NLCS. But for this video, I've gotten some TTM through the mail autographs that have come in over the last, month or month and a half. Got 6 here in all, and I've been saving them for a video, and I'm going to rip them tonight. See what's come in here. I believe all of them have been freebies. So these are players who sign pretty regularly, and you can pick up their addresses off of SCN, sportscollectors.net. I don't have the addresses like to put on the screen and stuff. Some other people who do these videos love to do that, which is awesome. But SCN is only $15 a year if you are looking for the addresses. It's some of the 15 of the better dollars that you'll spend over the course of the year if you're into autograph collecting like I've become. It's a really good deal for a plethora of addresses. So without further ado, the first one is coming at us from Sacramento, California. Okay, let's flip it on over. I still don't have the technique down too well, but and I don't have my scissors with me. Hopefully I don't tear any cards or anything, but is our first one. Okay, our first one is from a Giants veteran pitcher named Jim Barr, pitched in the 70s. This is his 1973 Topps. He signed it way down there in the corner, which is interesting. Let's see if he answered my question. I tend to write he did. All right. So I asked Mr. Jim Barr, who was your favorite battery mate? Thanks again. Dave Rader and Mike Sadek. Okay. Both on the Giants, I believe. I have Dave Rader's 73 auto as well, actually, which was kind of a cool one to get. It's got a really cool, bat perspective where he's sort of swinging right at you, kind of a picture. And Mike Sadek, I think Rader may have been more of a starter for a time. Sadek, I think, may have been more of a backup. But for all I know, maybe he was Jim Barr's main catcher for a few years. But Barr had a really solid career with the Giants in the 70s. This is fairly early in his career, actually quite early in his career, if I can get it in focus. But nice signature there from Mr. Barr. Thank you very much, sir. I got this zoomed out a little bit more tonight than usual. So I'm going to put them down here, but they might be a little harder to see. But we'll just kind of put that one there to start. Okay. Actually, I got more room than I usually do because I have it zoomed out a little bit more. Next autograph is coming at us from White River Junction, Vermont. So the heart of New England. And I'm pretty sure I know who this one is. I was pretty confident that first one was Barr. I think this is another pitcher as well. It's quite possible the majority of these are pitchers. But it's been a while since I've opened these. I did get 4 out recently. But before I just got 4 out, I was a little slow in getting some out. But this is Jim Beatty, early in his career with the Yankees. And I don't like sending cards out too much that have the facsimile signature on them already where they sign it a second time, but this was the only Beatty I could find easily enough in what, kind of commons I had from this era. Because I don't have tons, actually, that I've picked up since I got back in the hobby a couple years ago. But Jim Beatty was a decent sort of 4th, 5th starter for the Yankees early in his career. I think he pitched in the 78 World Series for them. In fact, yes, he did. He mentions it right here on the back. Hurled first major league complete game during the 78 World Series. 2 hit the Dodgers in the 5th game. Pretty awesome stuff there. He went on. I know he pitched for Seattle for a few years in the early to mid 80s. he had decent stuff. I remember him being a pretty good pitcher, actually. Let's see if he answered my question. He did not answer my question. I asked him the same question as I did Jim Barr. But still, all the same, thank you very much, Mr. Beatty, for this auto. I like that a lot, actually. So, good stuff there. Whoop. There he goes. All right, the next one up is coming at us from... Try to set these up a little bit here. Okay. Next one is coming at us. We have more than... I think this is a 2-card submission here because it's a little thicker. It's coming at us from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Harrisburg, PA. Let's find the edge here. Again, I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I believe it's a relief pitcher, actually. It was one of the better relief pitchers during his day and was a closer, actually, for a short time, too. Yep, I was right. It's Gene Garber, who sent me something bonus-wise. That's cool. Wow. Good stuff here from Gene Garber. First off, let's look at what we got here. 79 Garber. That's a sweet signature, actually. Look at that G. Those G's. Good stuff. And I got him as a Philly, too. He originated with the Phillies, started with the Phillies, then made more of a name for himself with the Braves. I think he was one of their main relievers during the 1982 division winner. But a pretty nice, solid career. That's a really nice signature, too. So, pretty beat-up cards, but he did a real nice job with these. Thank you so much, Mr. Garber. And then look what he signed. He signed this as well. He certainly did. Another card there, and oh, that's very cool. So that's great stuff from Gene Garber. Thank you very much. All right. I've got 3 to go. These next 2 have been the most recent ones that came in, just in the last, 2 weeks. In fact, the next one came today. That's why I'm finally getting around to doing this. This one's coming from the Metroplex of Michigan, so the Detroit area. And I'm almost certain I know who this one is. This one is a hitter. It's a journeyman, maybe short-lived major league career infielder with a very interesting story, though. And it is Mr. Tom Ragland, Cleveland Indians here, now the Guardians. Taking a really cool picture taken in the old Yankee Stadium. Like a lot of these early 70s cards they did. A lot of these 74s actually have this angle where you can sort of see the outfield of the old stadium and the old scoreboard and stuff, which I really like. I think that Anison ad is back there. Yep, it's right there. The old Anison, aspirin advertisement was one of the main ones in that era of the stadium. Tom Ragland was a journeyman. We'll read that note in a bit. Was a journeyman infielder for Cleveland, and he may have played for another team. I should have reread a very interesting story I read about him. He's got a fascinating, great biography on the SABR website, the Society for American Baseball Research, which I'm not a member, but I'm seriously thinking about joining and becoming a member of that finally. I think that would be a really cool thing to kind of dive into more for baseball history and stuff. But he's got a fascinating biography on there. I encourage you to read it. He basically, after baseball, made a real big name for himself. He did so much in the Detroit area, I think in the schools. I think he may have been a teacher or a principal even. Just did a lot there in Detroit. And okay, so my question to him was, who are your favorite pitchers to hit against? Dave McNally, Mike Cuellar, and Paul Splittorff. Very interesting there. I believe were they all left-handed? I think they were all lefties. Yeah. So, and those are all pretty decent pitchers too. Back in the day, McNally and Cuellar were on those early 70s Orioles teams, or late 60s even, won the World Series once, and a couple of other pennants. Paul Splittorff was a pretty solid lefty on the Kansas City Royals during the mid to late 70s. I know I believe Reggie Jackson of the Yankees then had a really hard time hitting against Splittorff. So cool answer to those questions there. Thank you, Mr. Ragland. And again, I encourage you to read his story on the SABR website, sabr.org. Good stuff there. All right, this autograph just arrived today from Phoenix, Arizona. So let's see. This one, not exactly sure who this one's going to be, actually. Again, I've got about 4, maybe a half dozen out right now, with maybe 3 or 4 that I've kind of resigned to being a lost cause. But let's see who this one is. I might have 2 cards in this one. Oh, okay. It's Bruce BoyClaire. whose name I saw recently as like was signing on the SCN website, and he turns them around pretty quick. This is one of the 4 most recent ones I did put out, send out, and he's the first one to come back in here. I just dug up 2 real beater cards and sent them to him. He actually, I think, was out of MLB in 1980, so I don't actually think he played in 80. So this is his last card, but this was the last year he played in 79 for the Mets. He had a couple of nice years for them as sort of a 4th or 5th outfielder in the mid to late 70s, but I think he kind of lost his hitting touch after that, and I think he may have played in Japan for a brief time after it didn't eventually work out anymore with the Mets. But nice signings there from Mr. BoyClaire. I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's possible it's BoyClaire, but I think it's BoyClaire. Very cool stuff again. And we have one more auto to do, and we'll wrap it up. If you're still with me here, I appreciate it. Thanks very much. I do like getting autographs through the mail. I think it's really fun. Like, you know, like Bruce's came in just today, so always, you know, fun when that's in the mailbox. And Tuesdays tend to be a good day for me getting stuff through the mail. Tuesdays, I think, tend to be the you know, Tuesday TTM, you know, maybe it's right behind Taco Tuesday. I don't know. It just kind of works out sometimes on Tuesdays. But yeah, getting this one was a cool bonus, I thought. One more coming in here. This is the mystery one, because as you're going to see, there's no post markings on it, but it's the return envelope, and it's you know, the stamp's there, but it's not return to sender. And bear with me here for a second if I can cover my address and whatnot again here. There is post markings there. So this went through. We'll see what it is right now. Here, hold on one second. I took it away and just show it again, flip it that way. So yeah, it's we'll see what we got. Because I don't know who this is. I'm going to take one guess, in that I sent out, one of the ones I'm considering kind of maybe a lost cause is I sent 2 cards out to Juan Gonzalez in Puerto Rico, because apparently he was signing for free. And I don't know, I have remote hope that maybe these are Juan Gonzalez's, and for some reason they just didn't, you know, mark them in Puerto Rico coming back. And let's see if I can actually open the envelope. But whoever it is, it'll be cool if only now I can actually open it. Let's see. There we go. A little bit more. Why am I struggling with this one? All right, here we go. Who do we have? It's Pete O'Brien. Okay. Probably played with Juan Gonzalez in Texas for a couple of years. I did send 2 cards out to him. And first baseman for the Rangers, had a pretty solid career. You know, nothing super major. I don't know if he was ever even an all-star, but he was kind of a dependable kind of, I wouldn't say light hitting first baseman. He may never have hit 20 home runs in a season, but he was more of a doubles kind of hitter. Actually, I take that back. He did have a few 20-plus home run years. 23 looks like there. My phone cam's kind of not really cooperating on this when I go up close, but good stuff there from Pete O'Brien, who had, again, a pretty solid career with Texas. He may have played for another team near the end of his career, but he's most certainly known as being a Texas Ranger. So we'll wrap up the video with that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good stuff overall from a good crop of, you know, they're not legends, but they were solid ball players overall. You know, Tom Ragland was probably the, you know, had the fewest cups of coffee in the big leagues next to Bruce BoyClaire. But, you know, overall, good returns. Very happy with these. Hope you enjoyed, you know, also seeing who were in those envelopes tonight. So enjoy the playoffs, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video.